Hello, everybody, and welcome to 48-hour art check, or just art check, round
Yeah.
143. We're getting up there. We're almost at 150, which
Mm-hmm.
means that the colors are going to change of our names,
Yeah.
and we have to do something big. Um, that being said, though, Emily has done some cool stuff. So what has she done? And Bruno is joining the art check.
Bruno is here. Okay, so I think I did this like either on Tuesday last week or Thursday, but it might have been like the same day after. So I made like at the bottom of webtoons, there's usually like a thing like this where it's like a picture of something that has to do with the comic, and then oh hi kiddo, okay, and like my handles and stuff, and like if there was other people working on it, then it would show like their names and stuff too. You can't be on my keyboard, kid. Okay. So I did that. It's not done yet because this isn't going to be the one that we show at the beginning. This isn't the one that I'm going to show at the beginning. So
like we.
yeah, you're like, who? But yeah, so yeah, this is the one that's going to stick around for a while though, I'm sure. But I'm going to hold off on, it'll be a simpler version of this in the beginning. Yeah, so I did this, and then other things. I worked on the episodes. This is what I'm doing a lot of. They're small. You can kind of see it.
If you're on your phone, just screenshot and then zoom in, and maybe
No!
you'll see something.
But yeah, this is what I'm working on. The which one is which? This one is like done. And this one I'm still finishing up. But those are two little episodes. They get smaller now that they're outside of the first three ones. So, yeah, because I want to be able to, I think I want to do like once a week ish. And so they need to be small episodes. So, yeah, anyways, they got a lot smaller. That's what I did.
Nice. I like
What
that.
about you?
I'm done. I did this Tuesday on your couch.
Oh, yeah. You came over Tuesday.
So
Yeah,
I did this, and this took a lot longer than I expected.
There's a lot of people.
I know. It was so much longer than I expected. I kept on telling Emily, I was like, why did I choose to do this? So the other thing is that this is a reflection of the way that I was standing. This is a completely different picture.
Yeah.
Like, he was laying face down for it. I had to readjust people. I had to bring you guys closer.
Yeah.
Like, because you guys were like way off over here, which I think is funny. But I had to like bring you guys, like I had to just like manipulate people a lot more than I have ever had to for something like this. And so that was pretty fun. And then I just like this morning did some graffiti art for a friend because he was like, we were talking yesterday, and I was like, yeah, my boss made me Valentine's Day goodie bags. And he was like, I wish I got a goodie bag. And so I just like graffitied his name and sent it to him. I was like, Happy Valentine's Day. I was like, here you go. Here's your goodie bag. Sorry you didn't get one. And so I did that, but I don't have that on me. It's on my bed. And so, I just went out of focus.
Yeah, you did.
There we go. So I did that, and then nope, that would come up in next art check. So that's what I have done. Challenges.
Time constraints. I mean, as always, my knee is feeling a little bit, it's not like better, but I found a brace that like works really well for it. So I'm going back to the gym again, which is so nice, but it is like another thing that I'm doing that's not drawing. So there's that. And then, sketches are hard. So
You're living in a plethora of ukuleles right now.
yeah, I had a bunch of ukuleles at work. That was at work then. But yeah, on my Instagram story, I took a picture of like all of these ukuleles that I was taking pictures of. There was like 8 of them. So yeah. Anyways, there's that. Just general time things and yeah. Still need to speed things up. So yeah. Anyways, that's what I'm doing. Those are my challenges. What about you?
Challenges. Saturday I couldn't really draw because I worked all day and I forgot my iPad. And I probably could have drawn if I had remembered my iPad because it was like there were like really slow parts and really fast parts. And then Sunday I was like, you know what? I'm gonna draw. And I woke up late and I was like, all right, you know what? And we bought this entertainment unit. I was like, this will take 30 minutes to be built. It took 2 hours. And it took off. And we just decided not to use part of it because it didn't work. And keep in mind, I like called Emily. I was like, hey, can I borrow you guys for like 30 minutes? I need to build this entertainment unit. I felt so bad. So bad. It took so long. And then I forgot that I had told somebody I was going to hang out with them. And so at 6:30, so they left around like 6:15. At like 6:30, I got a message being like, hey, when did you want to hang out? And I was like, and so I was like, guess I can't do that. And so then Sunday night, I was up until like 1 a.m. because my apartment was like trashed from me. And I felt really bad because it's been trashed from all of my boxes. And so all of Sunday night, I have been unpacking. Like, Emily, when you walk into the apartment and into my room, you're going to be like, whoa, this is completely different. Like, it actually feels way better now. Yeah, I did a lot. And then Monday, I woke up early. So this was yesterday, and I had 0 time. From the time I woke up to the time I went to bed, I was working or in counseling or at a doctor's appointment or something.
Too many things in one day.
Yeah, it was rough. It's a Monday. And so just kind of those things just like piled on top of each other where it was like, you know what, I really want to draw and I want to like get on my iPad, but I can't. And an upcoming challenge is that I'm in training now, and so I can't be on my iPad and draw while I'm at work.
Yeah.
That's how I used to be productive. It's like while I was at work, while I was at work and it was slow, I was like, oh, I'll just sit here and draw. And now I don't have that luxury for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So missing out on that one. But anyways, next art check.
Next art check, I'm gonna start like doing these, like coloring these. I'm almost done with the sketches for the one that I'm not finished with, so I need to finish that up, and then I'm gonna start coloring and inking and all that jazz. That's what I'm gonna do.
I got another commission, so I have to do that.
Wow, cool.
So that will be my next art check. Also, I just want to like figure out what to draw. I really like the faceless illustrations, and I think that they're fun. I know that they're like easy though, like most people can do them. It doesn't take that much skill to do a faceless illustration, but I like them. They're fun.
Yeah. So are you like wanting to do something that's like more challenging?
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta figure out what I want to do though. I could always go back to the Spider-Man drawing.
You know what you could do?
Oh, is that those gesture drawing things?
Yeah.
How did I know?
What? You can finally do some gesture drawings. Finally.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I might. If you remind me enough, one of them will get done.
Okay.
I'm gonna forget. I keep like you said it, and I was like, oh yeah, you mean those things I said I would do with her like 6 months ago?
Yeah.
It's the same with reading the comic. It was always like, oh yeah, I said I was gonna read that. I didn't. And Lou's like, have you read it? No. But I will tonight. And it was always a lie.
It's okay. We got there.
It wasn't meant to be a lie. Yeah, it wasn't meant to be a lie, but it was a lie. It was 100% a lie.
It wasn't a lie at heart.
It wasn't a lie at heart.
It was a lie indeed, but not in heart.
Mm-mm. Not at all. No. But yeah, we didn't really have a topic planned for today because we went through Artcheck super fast. This is the fastest we've ever done it.
Well, I've been like focused on like what I'm doing. So like when I'm drawing, I'm not drawing like a bunch of sketches or concept things anymore. I'm drawing the episodes. And so it's like I worked on this one thing. You know what I mean? So that's I mean, I did stuff at work, but that's work stuff. So yeah.
Well, we just went through super fast. So, Emily, do you want to talk about your comic?
Like what?
I don't know, but you always like talking about your comic.
What do I want to say? I hit some points that I'm very excited about.
You got your question got answered on some podcasts.
Oh yeah. So if you like comics, you should like and you do art stuff. Anyways, Comic Lab is a podcast about like making comics. And you can like submit questions. So yeah, I submitted questions and they answered it. It was cool. The question that I had was about like I was worried at the time. I'm less worried now because I submitted the question not knowing if they were going to respond. So I worked on it while, I was waiting for that response. But I was concerned of like the dynamic between the two main characters. Like, can you have two main characters or can there only be one and like one is support of the other one? You know what I mean? And so it was about that. It was like about dual characters, dual main characters. So yeah, I think I resolved it. Like they're dual, but yeah, I still need to do a little bit of research of like watch some movies with dual main characters and just see if there's anything that like they're doing that I'm not doing, type of a thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's that.
Well, Emily, who was it that was like reading something or watching something and they were like, oh yeah, the guy's the main character, right? And you were like, no. Because I knew that the main character was supposed to, can I use names? You use names, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I knew that the main character was supposed to be Gale. And then Emily like asked me one day, she goes, based off of everything that you've read, who's the main character? And I was like, I know the answer that you want.
That's exactly where like that came from, where I was like, crap. So like after that point, I started like rearranging things, started like focusing on like showing things from both of their perspective and not just one observing the other type of a thing, like letting you into like both of their heads a little bit. So there's that. And like the way that I presented them, I started like trying to even out the focus of each of the characters in the beginning a little bit. Like it's not super evened out. It can only start with one. Like they're two separate perspectives and they don't start knowing each other. So you have to pick one perspective and move forward. So like that's the part that causes confusion. So anyways.
But didn't you decide like it was gonna be like season 2 is gonna focus more on her and season 1 was gonna focus more on him, or am I off base there?
Kind of, yeah. Like basically. You had it flipped, but yeah.
Yeah, season 1 is him.
No.
Or no? I need to reread.
You also like read like early versions, right? So
Yeah.
like where that was less and less clear. But like it's more focused on Gale, sort of. It's a both. They're both a both. Like it's both about them. But like in terms of like character development, one is definitely after the other.
Now, the best thing about reading something that Emily's writing is that as you read it, she watches and like laughs because she knows what part you're at. And she doesn't laugh at the funny stuff.
I laugh at
She laughs when it hurts. Like, she's always like, I need to know what you're thinking right now. And I would always be like, this person. And like, I'd go off and she goes, and that's where I want you. And one time you literally did this. You're like, and that's where I want you. And
Yup.
it's so funny because like Emily's never written a comic before, and so I'm just gonna kind of be like, good job, Emily. But like, you're just kind of fixing my compliments. But like, you would never think that reading this because she has a way of controlling every thought that you are gonna have. And I know that because she's controlled every thought about the comic that I've had, except for the few things, and then she fixed it.
Yeah, there'd be things where like Kayla would tell me how she felt, and I'd be like, okay, this is what I wanted. I wanted this thing to trigger this response of like, this makes you feel this way or thinks you think this thing. And then so she'd be like, well, I think that da, 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 da. What I really think is da da da. And I'd be like, perfect, okay. And she'd be like, what? So yeah, anyways, and then there were some standout things where you'd say, oh, this person is definitely sus and da da. And I was like, they're not supposed to be. Hold on. And like I'd go fix it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, there was one person I was like, I'm convinced that this person is evil, and you were like,
and I was like, what? And then you're like, because da da da. I was like, well, thank you for telling me this because
nope. Like, because that's not at all what was supposed to happen.
Don't pay attention.
Yeah. And I keep on telling Emily, I'm like, just write season 2.
I know, that's because you want to know what happens.
I do.
That's because you want to know.
And for everybody else who's gonna have to wait, just know that this comic, it amps up.
Mm-hmm.
Like it goes from like not like 0, but you're at like a.
It goes from a drama.
It goes from like, yeah, it goes from like a 10 to like a 50, and you're like, guess this is, but like it's like, oh, this is like nice to read, and like, you know, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but it's like you start off and it's like, oh, okay, just like imagine like a movie and you're just like da da da, and then all of a sudden at one point like something happens and there's just action, and then at that point it just never turns back.
That is correct.
And so I think it'll be interesting because you'll have different readers coming in at different times.
Yeah.
The goal is to attract as many readers as possible, and that's my senior project. So that'll be that'll be a whole thing, but it'll be super interesting. I wish that there was like a way for people, and the thing is that if they did this, people would be mean, and so they're not going to do it. But like for you to be able to be like, what are you guys thinking right now? Like, what do you think is going through your head right now and during this episode? You know what I mean?
Like having multiple beta readers? Is that what you mean?
No, like when it's actually like released, I want to know what people are thinking at the rate that you're releasing it.
Oh, like with comments?
Yeah, I guess.
You can comment on Webtoon.
Like, oh, okay, cool. See, people could be mean with that. I want you to be like, I just want everybody to be like, this is what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, people can be mean in Webtoon comments, but like in Canvas, they're usually not. They're usually really supportive. because they know it's hard, and then it's like one person doing it. So
Canvas is Webtoons?
Canvas is like the indie creator part, and then Originals is like it got picked up by Webtoon.
Okay.
And then like Webtoon is paying them, so like they're also giving them like editors and, you know, I assume like a budget or something. So
nice.
Yeah. Yeah. They got it good. That's where you're seeing like the big episodes getting turned out every week because it's a team working on it now. A small team, but you know, yeah.
It's a team.
Yeah. Team all the same. Yeah, because then you have somebody like you just do the sketches or whatever, and then you finish it off. But along the way, somebody's doing line art or doing the flats or something like that, that you get to skip a step now because somebody else is doing it.
Yeah, you get to, you're like, I can gloss over that.
Yeah. First thing I would do is hand my backgrounds off to somebody else, I think. Or the flats. That would take out so much time. It'd be great.
You're like, I'm hiring you for one reason. Do the backgrounds. Do them well.
Backgrounds.
That is all I ask of you.
I hate them, but I think it's pretty apparent in mine that like I don't go detailed for one.
It doesn't need it.
It doesn't need it. But when I get the chance, I'm gonna take it out. So
Yeah,
I like drawing
people. Yeah, the thing, your people are so detailed that like you don't pay attention to the background. Sometimes stuff happens and you're like, oh, I need the background.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and
for
that's
instance,
when I put it in.
This is going to be the most vague, non-spoiler I'm ever going to say, and I promise. For instance, there's a point where a car is driving, and it's not like you just didn't put anything around the car, but
right. You're talking about the one that I was drawing when you were here?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one.
The 3D object. I'm surprised that wasn't one of the challenges.
Oh, yeah, I threw a fit. Kayla saw.
I said, "Can I help?" And she said, "You probably could have an hour ago." And I said, "I tried." And she's like, "Yeah, I wasn't gonna let you."
Like it was like I wasn't gonna ask for help then. There's nothing you could have done. You could have done things if you forced me to like let you.
Let you help.
But like yeah, I like the 3D models, like I have one in there, but the back of the doors aren't there so you can see into it. And this one I needed the outside. And so I had to bring in a different version of the same 3D model that like had the back doors on it. And anyways, I ended up just dragging it in, which you can do, but I wanted to set it up as a material so that it's like always there rather than me having to go find the file. And that took me like 2 hours. And I gave up. So.
And then we watched Avatar: The Last Airbender. So
that's the thing I do when I'm like, I need to shake things up, but I don't need to. I need to keep drawing. So then I put something on. What is happening?
I'm trying so hard.
What is happening?
I'm trying so hard to fix it.
Nails are so long. Look at that.
I know. I need you to. There we go.
There you go.
I just had to physically move my camera. I know. I need you to paint them because I took off the nail polish.
You did? Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's not there on one hand.
Yeah, on one hand.
Dang. But yeah, that's what my week looks like. It feels like that was a really, really long week.
It does.
Yeah, like it's been a really long time since the last one. I don't know. Oh, wow.
Well, since the last Artcheck, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's because we're used to doing it twice a week.
It's true.
And one day we might go back to that format if our work schedules ever align and permit that.
Yeah.
That's the kicker right now, is that it's not that we're like, oh, we don't have time for two. It's when you have time for one, I don't. Yeah. And when I have time, you don't. And so like there's no feasible way. But yeah, it does feel like it's been a long time. Which is funny because you're like, Because you're like showing all this stuff, and I'm like, I need to be more on it throughout the week.
It's such a thing that I struggle with because, like, I think the thing that I drop off with is like in the weekend. Like, I don't do it for like 2 days straight sometimes. Like, I got to do a little bit every day. You know what I mean? That's the key. Or just like doing it, like fitting it in little pieces. And I'm not good at doing that. Like, I break out chunks.
It's like a job.
Yeah.
The thing is, your comic is like a job, and so you deserve like 2 days off.
I do, but if I want to turn things out fast, I gotta double down. So that's just...
You're gonna burn yourself out.
No, I really like it.
Okay.
And I'll just, if I am getting burnt out, which happens sometimes, like, I'll just not do it that weekend. That particular weekend.
Be careful of your hand.
What?
So just be careful of your hand.
Yeah. I'm babying it. My hand is stupid. But I realized, like, I can't, like, bring it up to, like, normal and then go back to doing things the way that I did before. I need to, like, baby it even when it feels fine. So, yeah. That was really the problem with last time, is that I didn't baby it after it wasn't hurting. So, and then it started hurting again. So, I just need to be careful. That's all. Take breaks. That kind of stuff. So.
And it'll fix itself eventually.
Yeah.
That's the hope. That's the hope.
I don't think it'll ever fix itself.
I don't think it will either. But
I'm just keeping the damage at bay.
Well, Corey had something happen with his hands too. So
what?
It's like a thing. Didn't Corey have something happen with his hand where his hand got something similar happened? He had something happen with his hand.
Where he crashed his motorcycle and then he can...
No, I'm not talking about when he crashed his motorcycle. This is before then. He had like pain in his hand when he was trying to draw.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, he talked about it. I'm not talking about when he crashed his motorcycle. Yeah, I'm comparing your hand hurting.
Okay.
No. I was like, because I remember when you brought it up, I was like, hey, he's doing the same thing right now. I used to watch their art checks a lot. I don't think they're not doing art checks or IRS anymore.
Yeah, he had an art check where they were talking about like not killing your hand and like ways to do it. That he actually was like, you need to watch that video. And
did you?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, did you?
It was helpful. I was desperate, so of course I did.
All right. Well, we gotta head out.
Yeah.
But do you want to do the outro? Ready?
Okay. If you want to see Kayla outside of Artcheck, out in the internet world, okay, Instagram, the comeback KLD, okay, looks like kid on Instagram. If you want to find me, Guminelli, of course, anywhere, website, Instagram, Facebook, where Kayla's gone, okay, and yeah, Guminelli. She's come back. There you are. What happened?
I don't know what just happened. You know the little side buttons on your mouth?
That's what I did last week. Okay. But yeah, Guminelli, that's me. If you want to keep updated on the comic, then yeah, you should follow me. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. And we'll see you guys later. Yeah? See you later? Okay.
Yep. Bye.